Hey, y'all, we'll be with you in just a second here on Dr. Harris Live. Hey, Miss Nikki Mack, D. Marcellus Jones, we will be with you in just a moment.
You ain't here for dinner, like I'm having dinner. I love you for your dinner.
Hey, Shelly, thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live.
But you won't care, cause you're too scared. Have you ever need someone so bad? But he ain't related to make it last. Sometimes you gotta lose to make it. It makes you cry, cry, cry. All you do is cry. Can't get no shit back now. Sometimes you gotta lose to make it. Never felt this sorry. All you did was worry. You didn't want nobody. Thought it would get better, but it's falling more. Oh, it's falling more. Better. I just hope that we would, cause you're always up to no good. Maybe it'll take someone else. Show me better. But I don't believe it. Hey, have you ever need someone so bad? But he ain't related to make it last. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Ooh, that makes you cry, cry, cry. All you do is cry. Can't get no shit back now. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again.
Hey, Walt Johnson, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be with you.
You know what it feels like, caught up just in his life. Don't wanna try again, thinking what's the difference? Why am I not interested? When you've been broken, it feels like no one can fix it. Yeah. Have you ever need someone so bad? But he ain't related to it. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again.
Thank you.
All you do is cry. Can't get no shit back now. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Yeah. Have you ever?
Hey, Bubba and Baby James, thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live.
To make it last. Sometimes you gotta lose to win again.
Yes, sometimes you gotta lose to win again. That was Fantasia. And let's get started with our show.
Welcome to Dr. Harris Live. With your queen, Dr. Angela Harris, CEO of the YBP Entertainment Community, founder of the Kings and Queens of America. She keeps it real. She kills the slave's mentality and helps you to become the kings and queens you are. She represents God over everything, not religiously, but spiritually. Help us on the way. Dr. Harris Live.
Hey, it's your girl, Dr. Harris, live here at BPU Radio with the Rebirth of the Black Nation and the Black People Unity Show. And today's topic is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black Nation. I don't only need you to tune in today, but I need your input. I need your opinion and I need your wisdom. Please call in at 404-382-0417. That is 404-382-0417. And that is tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. So today's topic, y'all, the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about today is, you know, the unity movement that God gave me some time ago. Hey, Barbara Joe, thank you so much for tuning in. Rhonda Blakely Jordan, Carlos Nolan, and everybody else. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hey, Fatima, thank you, girl, for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. And you see, my friends ain't here with me today, but, you know, we will go ahead and continue. I had a lot of things going on that are very great things, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to actually do the show today. But since I am, we're going to talk about some things that affect us all, some things that we all need to take in. Hey, Blue Fool, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. Paula Moore, thank you. Julius, hey, Julius, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live here at BPU Radio. Again, today's topic is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. Why is this important? First of all, y'all, yesterday was Martin Luther King Day. And, you know, Martin Luther King had the civil rights movement. And, you know, if you look at what went on in the civil rights movement and what the movement was designed to do, then you'll see that right now in this day, we have not really done anything that would continue to bring power to Dr. Martin Luther King's name. Because as a people, we have not come together to create a powerful force that would change the whole world and bring everyone together in unity. Black people, beautiful living ancestors that's controlling this kingdom. Black, beautiful living ancestors controlling kingdoms. That's who we are. So because we are beautiful living ancestors and we're designed to control this kingdom, why is it that we are so powerless right now? Why is it that we have so much more separation than we do togetherness? Why is it that our families are so dysfunctional? Why is it that our communities are so violent and non-productive? And why is it that our businesses are failing? Y'all, who do we have to blame for this? The only people that we can blame for this is ourselves. I need you today not only to tune in, but I need you to call in. I need you to call in and talk to me regarding this situation. So 404-382-0417, 404-382-0417. And we will go ahead and play a little Jill Scott and Anthony Hamilton, So in Love, while you're getting ready to pick up that phone and dial 404-382-0417. Hey, KK04 New Orleans, thank you so much for tuning in. I see all of my people from all over tuning in. I see Columbus on here. I see California on here. I see Atlanta on here. I see New Orleans on here. Between Instagram, between YouTube Live. You know, y'all can go to YouTube Live, BPU Radio, and watch these shows over and over again. We are streaming live now on YouTube. But what we'll go ahead and do, we'll play a little So in Love. This is what I want us to start doing, y'all. I want us to fall in love with each other as a race and do the things that's going to strengthen us, that's going to keep us, and that's going to keep us moving. If we don't get to the point that we are making a difference in our own, if we don't get to the point that we're not making a difference in our own communities, in our own businesses, y'all, then what we're doing is we're basically just sitting over, allowing for ourselves to become extinct. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today, but I need your input. And I'm going to go ahead and play this song and come back, and hopefully I'll hear some people calling in. And I do have the rights to all of these songs. I am a radio station. Yeah. That has professional streaming rights. Hey, Abner Foles Johnson, thank you so much for tuning in. I see that you always support. Thank you so much.
I need to get away. Go home and throw my clothes on. Come get you right away. Can't wait to see you looking lovely. I hope you're thinking of me. Cause all I'm on is time with you. And don't need nothing more. So love you, so love you, so love you.
Hey, CJ and Queech, thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live and Friends. Today's topic Instagram is the power of coming together as a race. Hey, Kawana. See you shortly, girl. So attracted to you. Paula Murphy, I want you to call in 404-318-0417. Paula Murphy, I want you to call in 404-382-0417. See, that's one of the other problems that we have, y'all. Our voices need to be heard because you never know whose life they're going to change by letting them hear what your opinion is. Come on in. I'm so in love with you that I can't help myself. Fatima, girl, you got your voice back now. 404-382-0417. I need y'all to call in and be a participant in this discussion today about our people. I'm so in love. Yeah. First thing in the morning. Are you in love with yourself? Because you gotta love self before you can love anybody else. Hey. A breath of fresh air. I feel like I'm flying. Any obstacle that comes my way. Call in, y'all, 404-382-0417. 404-382-0417. The power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. What are you going to do about it? Hey. Hey, Anna Wealthier. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live, the rebirth of the Black nation, the Black People Unity Show. And today's topic is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. What is the rebirth of the Black nation? The rebirth of the Black nation has a it has an acronym, and we will get into that today because it's so important to see why I stand for what I stand for, why you support me, and why we need to support one another. It's very, very important that you understand the rebirth of the Black nation and understanding that unity within ourselves is what's going to take things to do what it needs to do. When we do get started, we get started. And then, okay, I see that CJ Aquise, and then I have Ronald Craig Fatboy Boo joined in, and Miss Inkling. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. Without y'all, there is no show because I need you to be a participant in this discussion. Today's topic again is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. The call-in number is 404-382-0417. That is 404-382-0417. Please call in today so that we can go ahead and talk about some things and we can change some things. Because at the end result, if we are not participants in our own change, change is never going to happen. The number is 404-382-0417. 404-382-0417. And we're going to be talking about today the power of coming together as a race. I don't know why these phones are not blowing up already because there is power in coming together as a race. And guess what, y'all? If we don't change the direction of the way that we're doing things, if we don't become the powerful force to be reckoned with within ourselves, then guess what? You might as well just go on and croak over and die and say, I've never done nothing to help what's going on in my community, in my family, in my business. Hey, Terry Stevens, girl, thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. And today's topic again is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. I need all of my people to call in today, 404-382-0417. And that is 404-382-0417. That is the rebirth of the Black nation, BPU radio, BPU top media, BPU television. And guess what, y'all? I have some great news. Dr. Harris has done it again, and BPU TV is alive. We have our own channel right now that's getting ready to be put out there. And guess what? If you guys don't support a Black-owned television network, if you don't support telling your story without it being filtered, if you don't support becoming helping this relevant situation in media to become something that we all support, then guess what? You're just as guilty as the other people that we blame for not allowing us to get anywhere. You're just as guilty as the other people that we seem to always put the blame on. When are we going to look at the things that we do? When are you going to look at the things that you don't do in order for things to get done the way that it needs to be done? Hey, Pastor Turner, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me go ahead and check that and see why you're not calling in, because I know yesterday we were having a few issues. The phone was actually ringing on another computer, but guess what? I'm going to fix all of that right this moment. Let's see here. Okay, it says, please exit and restart Skype. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. All right, here we go. Go on and try to call back again. Hey, thank you so much for tuning into Dr. Harris Live. John Igene. Today's topic is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. What can we do as a people? What do we need to do? It's not even an option. What is the need for us to come together as a people to change dynamics of our families, our communities, and our businesses? I need you to call in today and be a part of this discussion. Thank you so much. We will be right back with you in a second. Okay, I see that somebody's calling in. Come on and give me a call back. It's ringing. Let me make sure. Let me see. Let me go ahead and play a song while we wait and I get this Skype together, because I want to hear all of the opinions of my people. I want to hear all of the opinions of the people that that matter the most, and that's us, y'all. We matter to our families, we matter to our communities, and we matter to our businesses. So let me go ahead and get this together. But until then, here's you a song. This one is for my brothers. Yeah.
Is my king, is my one, yes, he's my father, yes, he's my son. I can talk to him because he understands everything I go through and everything I am. It's my support system, can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kids, his hugs, his lips, his touch.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message.
I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever, true, because you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever. He's up to no good around the neighborhood. For your information, a lot of my brothers got education. You check it, you got your Wall Street brothers, your blue collar brothers, you're down for whatever, children on the corner brothers, talented brother, and to every one of y'all behind bars, you know the angels love you. My black brother, I love you. I'll never try 'cause you're my brother.
Hello, welcome to Skype Portrait.
I want you to know that I'm here for you forever. Strong brother, there is no one. There is no one. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever. You mean so much to me. You give me what I need. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. I love you. I'm standing strong. You got it going now. I'm so proud of you. Going through thick and thin, brothers, you going through. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. Whenever you're facing down, brothers gon' work it out. I'm so proud. Got my shakeable flesh. You make me I love you. I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever. Because you're my brother, strong brother. There is no one other. I want you to know that I'm here for you. Only you. I want you to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm with you forever. Because you're my
Black brother, strong brother. There is no one above you. You know, that's a woman uplifting her man. And you know, that's what we need. We need in our families. We need our women to uplift our men and not tear them down. Now, I don't know what's going on with Skype. Maybe there's some interference with Skype right now, but I am going to go ahead and leave the lines open and tell you that you can call into 404-382-0417, or you can actually call into my line at this time, and you can call my phone, and that's 404-944-8544. See, there's always an alternative. Give me about a few minutes, and you'll be able to call in on my line, 404-382-0417, because it's important for us to understand, you know, that it's time for us to come together as a people and do the things that's necessary to make a difference within our own families, our own communities, and our own businesses. Without us doing it, nothing is going to change. But with us, we can work things out, and we can become the powerful forces that we're designed to be together. So please, 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 give us a few more minutes, and we will have you calling in on this topic. Why? Why is the power of coming together as a race important, and the rebirth of the Black nation? Please give me a call in just a few seconds. All righty.
Hey, John. Don't it seem like I'm always there when it matters, but missing most of the other time, a terrible pattern. The rewards I see from working have made me an addict. There's way more people that want it than people that have it. I don't get it. I would hate to think I tricked them. They fall victim to my system. Guess I sure know how to pick them. And I'm always a regret. Yeah, I'm always a regret. And I always make it harder on whoever's coming next. It goes up and down, it's just up and down. She's crying now, but she'll laugh again. Cause we on the rise, she here with us. Expensive shit just keep happening, and she loves it. She stares at me like, who does this? And we hold hands while I pray. She's not the type to hold grudges. I'm wrong.
Bad boys ain't no good. Good boys ain't no fun. Lord knows that I should run off with the right one. In this broken love song.
Even though it breaks my heart so bad, got a special thing going on. Mr. Wrong, try to do my damn best. Cause it's love like that. I can't think of nothing that made me walk out. I'm holding on. I love myself. Give me just a touch on me. I can't help but love him. I must be on my mind. I'm going so strong. I love Mr. Wrong, get along so good. Even though it breaks my heart so bad, there's something going on. Let's go, Mr. Wrong. Even if I try to do it, I can't run on. Cause it's love like that. You know it, I'm moving on. I love
Okay, that was me and Mr. Wrong, Mary J. Blige and Drake. And so in Nassau, Paradise Island, we are getting ready to get into our discussion for today, and that is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. And one of the things that's every time we get into a discussion that's very relevant, something always tries to interfere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have you guys call me directly on my phone, and we're going to discuss this situation. We're going to discuss this whole necessary situation here. So what I need you to do is I need you to test me out. Let's go in and test it out and see if it's going to work for you calling me. Fatima, please call me 404-944-8544. That's 404-944-8544 and see if it's working. Let's see. Let's do a test call to somebody. Let's do a test call to somebody and see if it's going to come through. Hello? Oh, let's turn it up. Okay, so you guys can call in today at 404-944-8544. That is 404-944-8544. The power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about is what is the rebirth of the Black nation, what it does it stand for, why do I push that so much, and the importance of it all. It's very important for us to understand the rebirth of the Black nation, understanding the movement, understanding the focus, and understanding how important it is for us as a people to focus on our people and focus on changing the directions of our communities, our families, and our businesses. It is so important for us to focus on the rebirth of the Black nation. But in order for you to focus on something, you have to know what you're promoting, what you're standing for, and why it's important. So one of the things that I'm going to talk about today is the definition of the rebirth of the Black nation. All righty. Our vision. The rebirth of the Black nation has an acronym. The acronym has a definition. The definition gives us our focus as a people. Now, let's see here. I need to get my Instagram family involved. Let's get our Instagram family involved, and then we can move forward. Because when I say this, I want it to be that there's an understanding of who we are, what we're doing, and why. So, the rebirth of the Black nation. Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? The rebirth of the Black nation has an acronym. The acronym is taking heed every day, reversing everything because intelligence releases true healing, operating fully, teaching hope effectively, beautiful living ancestors control kingdoms, new affirmations thriving in our Negro, Negro, and our Negus, Negus. The rebirth of the Black nation. Taking heed every day, reversing everything because intelligence releases true healing, operating fully, teaching hope effectively, believing living ancestors control kingdoms, new affirmations thriving in our Negro and our Negus, Negus. And this is the definition that God gave me with this. He said, pay attention. Turn around your current situation for the purpose of applying knowledge and skills so that you are able to escape from confinement and be set free so that your reality is relevant. Instead of accepting what has been fed to us, we have to divorce the thought, the action, and the plot of us being separated so that we can master the process of becoming healthy again by being unified. Controlling the function entirely to the furthest extent, educating us to have an expectation of great things to come in a manner as to achieve the desired result. Accepting the truth and being sure of the truth that we are alive and we're responsible for carrying out the work of our family heads. Knowing we have descended all the way back from the beginning of our lineage with the power to influence and supervise our own people's behaviors. Living in the transition of our territory as kings and queens everywhere. Already existing from the beginning and being manifested through spiritual enlightenment for the first time with the emotional, mental, and encouragement, we grow into development of being successful. Understanding now is the time to create an environment of wealth, spiritually, mentally, physically, and monetarily, as long as we stick together, embracing the power of our Blackness of all nationalities and religions. That is the definition of the rebirth of the Black nation. And I'm going to give it to you again because it's very, very, very important for people to understand the rebirth of the Black nation. So after we come back with the song, we will come back with this definition again so that our people can understand the movement of the rebirth of the Black nation, the movement of BPU radio, the movement of BPU television, the movement of our people becoming the people that we're designed to be. Stay tuned. I love you.
Cause when a man love a woman and a woman love a man, a judge and bless it. No matter how you and you love me, I love your blessing. When a boy love a girl and a girl love a boy, a judge and bless it. Like I love you and you love me, I love your blessing.
Loyalty is a must. Loving you, my dear, it's my life priority. Just bless me with your smile. I love your simplicity. I'm dreaming of tomorrow, singing. I'll make you my reality, girl.
I will be the woman to satisfy your needs. You can count on me. Those big and big supporting you do everything.
Cause when a man love a woman and a woman love a man, a judge and bless it.
Oh, like I love you and you love me, I cannot bless it.
Cause when a boy love a girl and a girl love a boy, a judge and bless it.
Like I love you and you love me, I cannot bless it.
Well, some of them are trying to confuse your mind, but diamond and gold not always a shine. Trust my heart, I
Thank
will
you so
show
much for
you
tuning
the
in,
mind.
Jason Powell and Donald Cross.
That sign.
Oh, but that is just your waste of time. And so can break down the divide. I know that you are mine, forever to the end of time.
Cause when a man love a woman and a woman love a man, a judge and bless it.
Yeah, like I love you and you love me. Bless it.
Cause when a boy love a girl and a girl love a boy, a judge and bless it.
Yeah, like I love you and you love me. You're blessing.
We come from far, but we still have labels in front of me. Loving you is like loving Jah the Almighty. I will love you, baby, until the eternity. Eternal trust, let your spirit free. Yeah.
Loving you is like being loved for the very first time. So much blood pumping in my just can't get enough.
When a man love a woman and a woman love a man, a judge and bless it.
Like I love you, you love me, it's a blessing.
When a boy love a girl and a girl love a boy, a judge and bless it.
Like I love you, you love me, it's a
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. You'll probably hear that on all of my shows. That is Etana featuring Albert Royce with Blessing. And I always said, if you can feel like that about somebody in a relationship, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now let's get back to the rebirth of the Black nation. Let's go back. Let's see here. The rebirth of the Black nation has a very, very strategic meaning to it. And the meaning is it has an acronym and then it has a definition of the acronym. I don't know why, the Skype is, acting up. But, a lot of times when we start talking and putting things in the airways for us to, become united, it's always some type of interference. But, I will be getting that taken care of here very shortly. And, from there, we will, get into some other things. So yes. Let's go here. What is the rebirth of the Black nation? The rebirth of the Black nation has a strategic acronym: taking heed every day, reversing everything because intelligence releases true healing, operating fully, teaching hope effectively, believing living ancestors control kingdoms, new affirmations, thriving in our Negro, Negro, which is our Blackness, and our Negus, which is our birthright as kings and queens. And so the definition says this: turn around your current situation for the purpose of applying knowledge and skills so that we are able to escape from confinement and be set free so that our reality is relevant. Instead of accepting what has been fed to us, we have to divorce the thought and the action and the plot of us being separated so that we can master the process of becoming healthy again by becoming unified, controlling the function entirely to the furthest extent, educating us to have an expectation of great things to come in a manner as to achieve the desired result, accepting the truth and being sure of the truth, that we are alive and responsible for carrying out the work of our family heads, knowing we have descended all the way back from the beginning of our lineage with the power to influence and supervise our people's behavior, living in the transition of our territory as kings and queens everywhere, already existing from the beginning and being manifested through spiritual enlightenment for the first time with the emotional, mental support and encouragement, we grow into the development of being successful and unified. Understanding now is the time to reverse the thought and action of someone else ruling us, expressing that we have the power to create an environment of wealth, spiritually, mentally, and monetarily, as long as we stick together, embracing the power of our Blackness. That is the rebirth of the Black nation. So what is that saying? It's saying that we have the authority to turn around our current situation. Why do we need to turn around our current situation? For the purpose of us applying knowledge and skills so that we are able to escape from confinement. So what is that telling us? What it is telling us that we are incarcerated as a race. We are incarcerated as a race and we are in confinement. But it's time for us to be set free so that our reality is relevant. Instead of accepting what you've been fed, instead of accepting what you've been told about all of this slavery and all of this other stuff and who we are and who we're not, we have to divorce those thoughts. We have to divorce the thoughts of the past. Why? Because the past continues to give us excuses. Why? Because every time we think of a reason, we always escape the movement of unity within our own people. It's time for this to stop. It's time for us to allow ourselves to see the reality of our actions that's keeping us from moving forward. The rebirth of the Black nation. We have the authority to become healthy again by being unified. See, because when we're unified, then you know they always say when you're unified, the devil is horrified. When God is glorified, the devil is horrified. Guess what? When you come together in unity and work together to do things and make things happen, that is a movement of the Most High to make sure that the creation that He created is not becoming extinct. Yes, I said extinct like animals, y'all, because that's what we're doing to one another. We're going around, we're killing each other, we're beating each other up, we're jealous of one another, we're not doing the things that's necessary in order for us to be a unit. Why do we need to be a unit? Because the truth about the matter is this. You have to understand what is going on. You have to understand what is going on. What is going on is this. We have already this year, a lot of our Black families have already this year buried some of our loved ones due to murders from our people. It's time for us to get to the point of we understanding that there's no more excuses. We have the authority to change the things that we want to change. But in order for that to happen, you have to be willing to be a participant in change. Did y'all hear what I just said? In order for things to change, you have to be a participant in change. With that being said, we have the authority to control the function entirely to the furthest extent of what we do with one another. educating us to have an expectation of great things. We cannot see an expectation of great things if the things that are damaging us and destroying us the most don't change. But if we come together in unity, oh, what a powerful, 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 powerful movement this will be. And we're not promoting prejudice at all. But what we're doing is we're taking an account to our own families, our own businesses, our own communities. Accepting the truth and being sure of the truth that we are alive. If you are living today and you still have the authority to change things and you don't, then guess what? You're living and your life is all in vain. We're supposed to be carrying out the work of our family heads, the one that came before us, the ones that paved the way for us, the ones that got us to the point that we are today. We have to get to the point that we understand that way back from the beginning of our lineage, with the power to influence and supervise our own people's behavior. When are you going to get to knowing how and learning how and executing how to supervise our own people's behavior, our own situations, our own faults, our own flaws, our own everything that's holding us back? When are we going to get to that point? See, the thing is that we have the power to change, y'all. But if you do not get to the understanding that in order for things to change, you have to be involved, then you'll never understand the power of who you are individually, and darn sure don't understand the power of who we are collaboratively. The rebirth of the Black nation, already existing from the beginning and being manifested through spiritual enlightenment for the first time, with the emotional, mental support and encouragement, we grow into the development of becoming successful. Guess what, y'all? Right now, our success as a race is very, very, the statistics of our success as a race is very, very low, a low percentage. It is a low percentage. Understanding now is the time. Now is the time when we're losing all of our loved ones to our own hands. When all of our businesses are failing because we don't, support each other. All of our families are messed up because we're not being the parents, the mothers, the fathers, and the mentors and the grandmothers and the grandfathers that we need to be. We have to get an understanding that now is the time to reverse the thought and the action of someone else ruling us. How can we stop others from ruling us when we're fighting against one another and we're not standing up for one another? Yes, all of the marches and all of the stuff that you see here on TV, because a lot of this stuff is for TV, it's for people to see, but there's really nothing changing from these things happening. The marches, we've been marching, we shall overcome. When are we going to overcome? Someday. The only time that we're going to overcome is when we decide that we are going to change things, first of all, in our families, second of all, in our communities, and third of all, in our businesses. How can we rebirth Black Wall Street? We can't rebirth Black Wall Street if we don't understand the necessity of rebirthing Black Wall Street and what it's going to take in order for you to get there. See, the thing is that Black Wall Street is only going to be rebirthed through us telling our true stories and us changing the situations that are so relevant on the news and so relevant in the publicity and the media to tear us down. That's when things are going to change, when you support our people and the things. Now, what I want to do is apologize for all of the people out here that have been out in the midst of the mess and have not changed. Because see, the thing is that some people were in the midst of situations in their lives because of their environment, what they were raised around. But when they got a whiff of it, they decided that that's not what they wanted their life to be. We have to understand that it's time for us to get to a place of changing everything that they said about us, divorcing that mentality and becoming the powerful forces that we're designed to be. Thank you for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. And whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Thank you for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. Whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Nish.
Hey, Nish, how are you today? Okay, do you we have a topic today, the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. Have you been tuning in?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, what do you have to say about this? See, as soon as we get somebody on the phone, it's hanging up again. And that's because they don't want us to put out what we're putting out. But at the end of the day, guess what, y'all? No weapon that is formed shall prosper. It never said that the weapons wouldn't form, but they're not going to prosper. But I need you to all call in, 404-382-0417. Hey, Jerome H. Ross II, thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live. And our discussion today is the power of coming together as a race, the rebirth of the Black nation. And so it's a lot of people tuning in, so you may not be able to see me directly, but if you can hear my voice, the call-in number, you can call in either to my cell phone, 404-944-8544, or 404-382-0417. Let's get back again to the rebirth of the Black nation, because I see a lot of people that's tuning in now that weren't on tuning in previously. So what we're talking about is, when God gave me the rebirth of the Black nation, what is the movement? What is behind the movement? And what does the rebirth of the Black nation stand for? First of all, the first thing that I want to tell you who have not, who are just tuning in, the rebirth of the Black nation is not a prejudice movement. It's a movement of accountability, responsibility, and action in our own race to control our families, our communities, and our businesses so that we can become the successful, powerful people that we're designed to be. So the rebirth of the Black nation. The acronym that God gave me for the rebirth of the Black nation is take heed every day. That means pay attention. Reversing everything because intelligence releases true healing. Turning around our current situations for the purpose of us applying knowledge and skills so that we are able to escape from confinement and be set free so that our reality is relevant. Instead of accepting what has been fed to us, we have to divorce the thought and action and the plot of us being separated so that we can master the process of becoming healthy again by being unified, operating fully, controlling the function entirely to the furthest extent, teaching hope effectively, educating us to have an expectation of great things to come in a manner as to achieve the desired result, believing living ancestors control kingdoms, accepting the truth and being sure of the truth that we are alive and responsible for carrying out the work of our family heads, knowing we have descended all the way back from the beginning of our lineage with the power to influence and supervise our own people's behavior, living in the transition of our territory as kings and queens everywhere. New affirmations thriving in our Negro, N-E-G-R-O, and Negus, N-E-G-U-S, already existing from the beginning and being manifested through spiritual enlightenment. For the first time, with the emotional, mental support and encouragement, we grow into the development of being successful. Understanding now is the time to reverse the thought and the action of someone else ruling us, expressing that we have the power to create an environment of wealth, spiritually, mentally, physically, and monetarily, as long as we stick together, embracing the power of our Blackness of all nationalities. So, what is this saying? The rebirth of the Black nation is an accountability action movement for our people to become responsible for our own families, our own children, our own grandchildren, our own neighborhoods. See, because the family is what constitutes community. You have to get the families together. All of the broken and dysfunctional families, we have to get it to a place that the fathers are being fathers to their children and the mothers are again being mothers to their children. And the grandmothers again are being grandmothers to their grandchildren. See, this is the thing that's going to change our dysfunction in our families and help our families to become functional. And then from the dysfunction, what we also change, when we change from dysfunction to function, we also change our communities. Why do we change our communities from our families changing? Because our communities are made up of each household in that community. So therefore, if you are living in a Black community and you have Black people all around you, and the Black families start to become functional instead of dysfunctional, then now the communities change because you have more children being guided, being led and being guided by their parents, by the elders. See, because it does take a village to raise a child. No matter what you talk about, a lot of the people that are, a lot of these people, they are not understanding what it really takes in order to make our children successful. And see, children in my vocabulary is not only those underage. Children are those people that have not grew up and started eating milk and they're still drinking, they haven't started eating meat. They're still drinking milk. In other words, they have not matured enough to understand the necessity of them becoming the adults that their age say that they are for the sake of our families, our communities, and our children. So why is it important for the rebirth of the Black nation to be a worldwide movement? First of all, what it does is it takes a different, it looks at something differently than what we've been looking at it. I received the American Foot Soldiers Civil Rights Award about 2 months ago, and I was thankful for that. But one of the things that I said in my speech is Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream, but God gave me a vision of how to make the dream come true. See, the vision is if we as Black people, which Martin Luther King was an African-American man, if we as a Black people all over this world don't understand that the dream is not going to come true unless we as a people come together and become a unified body within our own race, then you don't have an understanding of how things need to change. See, this is not just a want. This is a need. We need to change. We need to do things differently. We need to make a difference in our communities. We need to make a difference in our families. We need to make a difference in our unprofessional businesses. As Black people, we have issues, and we have to realize that the only way that our issues are going to be resolved is when we resolve them. Already existing from the beginning and being manifested through spiritual enlightenment, we all have to keep God first and no matter what we do. For the first time, because now we're giving you a different outlook on things. Yes, we can march all over the world. We shall overcome. How are we going to overcome? The only way that we're going to overcome is when we realize that our unity and our power within is the thing that's going to change this whole entire world. Then and only then can Dr. Martin Luther King's dream come true. The vision has to be, as a people, when we come together, we are powerful. We have the authority to do whatever we want to do. And when we do these things, then all of the people around us are going to want to join in. Now, again, this is not a prejudice movement. So anybody out there that understands the necessity of us as a people that they have labeled as Black, but God gave me an acronym for that as well. Black stands for Beautiful Living Ancestors Controlling Kingdoms, or Believing Living Ancestors Control Kingdoms. See, it's a twofold thing. We are beautiful living ancestors controlling kingdoms. But we also have to believe that we are the living ancestors that control kingdoms. See, that's twofold. We're beautiful and we have to believe. The thing is that when we decide as a people that we are important enough to change the direction and the vision that has been given about who we are, that's when the powerful force of what Martin Luther King Jr. stated all the way back then when he had a dream. See, I got a vision. And the vision is Dr. Martin Luther King should not be tossing and turning in his grave, but he is. And the reason why he is because we have not got what we need. See, the thing is, Dr. Martin Luther King didn't have all the tools that we have now. But we have no excuse at all as to why we don't see what the real problem is. But in Columbus, Ohio, right now, our murder rate is just as bad as Chicago, and Chicago is 5 times as large as Columbus, Ohio. There's something wrong with that picture. Look at the murders here in Atlanta this far this year. Something's wrong with that picture. We have to get to a point that we understand that we are our worst problem. We are the enemy. The inside of us is what keeps us from coming together. Jealousy, envy, malice, hatred, dysfunction, and all of these things are the things that have held us back. But guess what, y'all? We no longer have an excuse as to why. We have to get to the point that we change what we've been labeled as. We have to divorce that mentality. See, the problem is we got all these marriages that are getting divorces, but we're not divorcing the things that will keep a marriage. We have all of these situations in our communities that are very, very tragic, but we haven't divorced the things that make our communities tragic. We have all of these issues and problems within family, but we haven't divorced the things that keeps the issues and keeps our families dysfunctional. Instead of us understanding the necessity of loving yourself so that you can love your neighbor, loving yourself so that you can change your community, loving yourself so that you can change your business from being unsuccessful to successful, then there's an issue within our race. We have an issue. And with that being said, I am going to continue with this topic on Thursday. And when I continue with this topic, I will make sure that whatever Skype or whatever the problems that we've had with calling in, that we will be able to take your calls because it's very, very important. But I want to leave you with this, my brothers and my sisters. I want to leave you with 3 things, 3 movements. The Black People Unity Festival, July 22nd, the Because We Care Change Rally, will be a yearly nonviolence unity festival designed to bring Black, beautiful, living ancestors controlling kingdoms together to discuss what we need to do as a people to make our families, communities, and businesses flourish in unity, to address our needs, improve our quality as a whole, and adopting spirituality instead of religious tactics and practices. The next manifestation of this movement will be on July the 22nd. And the vision and the theme for this year's Black People Unity Festival is the rebirth of Black families. Because in order for us to get to a place of understanding where we need to go, we first have to start at home. And then the other thing that I want to bring to you is Black People Unity TV. What is Black People Unity TV? Believing living ancestors control kingdoms. Positioning ethos, operating powerfully, leading evolution. Understanding necessary intercession, trusting Yahweh, which is the Hebrew word for God. Now here's the definition for Black People Unity Television. Accepting as true and being sure of the truth that we are alive and responsible for carrying out the work of our family heads that we have descended from all the way back from the beginning of our lineage, with the power to influence and supervise our people's behavior in the transition of our territory as kings and queens everywhere. Putting ourselves in place to be active in the characteristic spirit of our culture and communities as manifested in our beliefs and aspirations about who we are. moving forward and grasping the mission and teaching others to change the heritable characteristics of our biological heritage of populations worldwide, following one another to the success of our race taking the power that was ours originally. Knowing that all the force of evil wants to stop the movement, therefore we have to continuously pray for one another, knowing that the true fight is not ours but God's battle, and using that knowledge with faith so that we can move forward in success, love, and unity. That is definitely the Black People Unity Television. What is Black People Unity Television? It is a Black-owned television network that will have 9 channels of all Black programming, telling our stories without them sugarcoating, taking away the truth, and showing us how we do transition. A lot of times we see a lot of things on TV about us only negative. Black People Unity Television will bring out the positive, but it will also bring out our reality so that we have a mission to change the reality that is the failing reality to the great reality of who we really are. And then what is the Kings and Queens of America? The Kings and Queens of America is our vision statement. The Kings and Queens of America was founded by Dr. Angela Harris. It is designed to be a hub for the movement, the rebirth of the Black nation. The hub will be ran by leaders that understand that kings and queens are not just in foreign countries, that we are kings and queens right here in the United States as well as internationally. However, you have to adopt the mentality of kings and queens so that we can come to a place to rule the environment around us. And that's what we have to understand. We have the position, we have everything that we need to become the powerful forces that we're designed to be. But I need you, you need me. We can't do this without each other, y'all. We have to come together as a people. And with that being said, I love you guys. I will be back on Thursday with more of the rebirth of the Black nation. I know that every time that I get on here is not going to be everything that you want to hear, but I can guarantee you it's everything that you need to hear. With that being said, sometimes you got to lose to win again. You got to want to be in a relationship that you feel that you are a blessing and that person is a blessing to you. You got to understand that Mr. Wrong is not what you need, but Mr. Right is who God sends you. You got to understand, my brothers out there, that you are strong brothers, fine brothers, and there's no one that we place above you, but we need you kings to step up and be the people that you're designed to be because you are powerful. And ending this today, I want to end it with a great song that, well, actually, I'm going to end it with 2 great songs. One of them is going to be one of Etana's songs. Y'all know that's my favorite reggae artist. My favorite, actually, she's my favorite female artist, period. And then, matter of fact, no, we're just going to go ahead and end it with Faith, Troubled World. See that we're living in a troubled world, and we have to get the understanding. God, in all things, get understanding. Troubled World by Faith Evans, Kelly Price, and Jessica Reedy. It's a beautiful song. A beautiful song.
This song right here goes out to all my brothers and sisters all across the land. No matter what you're going through, you gotta keep your head up. Because God is with you. God is with you. Troubled world that I see every day in your mind. So beautiful, God created many people, many places. Lord, have mercy. My earth is separated.
And I'm just trying to get along in this world on my own. And I'm just trying to get along in this world on my own. I shall never worry, 'cause I'm not alone. God is with me, and I know He won't let me go. So if you're out there and you're lonely, just remember, take this power, get it alone. In this world, I'm here in the world. All I can do is try. Get along in this world. It's all a part of life, all the pain and the strife. One day we'll understand that there's a master plan. There's a reason for all that we go through. There's a promised land, and it promised it to me and you. Get along in this world, just try. Get
I want to start this song over because I need y'all to listen.
This song right here goes out to all my brothers and sisters. All across the land. No matter what you're going through, you gotta keep it. Because God is with you. God is with you.
Troubled world, I see every day. So beautiful, God created me. Many people, many places, Lord have mercy, my earth was separated, and I'm just trying to get along in this world on my own. And I'm just trying to get along in this world on my own. I shall never worry, 'cause I'm not alone. God is with me, and I know He won't let me go. So if you're out there and you're lonely, just remember, take this power, get it alone. In this world, I'm here in the world. All I can do is try. Get along in this world. It's all a part of life, all the pain and the strife. One day we'll understand that there's a master plan. There's a reason
Get along in this world. Just try. Get
That is a very powerful song. I'm just trying to get along in this world on my own. But just think, y'all, if we come together in unity, the power of coming together as a race will give us all of the things that we ever wanted, including wealth, unity, family, community, and businesses, all successful. And always remembering that we have to keep the Most High first. One of the things that you have to realize is this. A lot of times we want to say, well, we're waiting for this, God to do this and God to do that. What about this? God gave us all the ability to make things happen. And if we don't make them happen, guess what? It's nobody's fault but ours. Quit blaming God for everything. When he said, I gave you your ancestors, I gave you the power to see just how you can overcome. It is very important for us as a people to understand that it's time for us to quit making excuses. It's time for us to become the unified race, the unified body, the powerful kings and queens that we are designed to be. I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dr. Harris Live, home of the rebirth of the Black Nation, the Black People Unity Show, where we are rebirthing our Black nation one day at a time, keeping God first always, but understanding faith without works is dead. Have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for the DJ Get At Ya and Street Needy the Representer show. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Who is that? Huh? Angelina? Okay, are you able to go to the front? Next door where? Oh, hey, just a second. Yes, just a second. I was on live. I was on air. Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm good. Is the owner here?
I'm the owner.
Okay, well, who's the other young lady I talked to?
It was me. My hair was
okay.
How are you?
I'm good. Just coming over here to let you know that could you please turn your music down on at least when we have the classes on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday?
Well, see, our radio shows are during that time. We have a radio station in here, and that's why. What time is your radio show?
What radio show? I have classes.
I mean, what time are your classes?
They start at 6. Okay. They're gonna be 6 until about maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
They didn't tell you that?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get the time on that. That's why they had the other person have to leave because it was interfering with our classes.
Oh, well, I don't know. I have radio shows every day of the week, and we have different people that come in. Like we have a show actually that's gonna be starting from 8 to 10 tonight too. Usually my show is from 5 to 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I have a show from 6 to 8 on Mondays. And they said that you barely even come there. That's what he told me.
No, I'm gonna come because see what it is that we was because of the holidays. We wait until like January. We start classes all over again next year. Oh no, I'll call him tomorrow. He gonna no. Because I got people coming to register and see.
Yeah, and I have registration and stuff too. And see, these people that are doing their radio shows, they actually have their radio personalities from all over Atlanta. Some people drive here from Alabama as radio personalities, and we have different shows. We have gospel shows. We have my show, which is whatever I decide it to be for that day. And then we have a couple shows. We've never had any complaints or anything like that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get with him because, like I said, we have classes. We've been having classes. That's why the other person they had to move the other person because of the noise and it was interfering. That was So, yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do, but we get ready to start our classes as of the beginning of, well, really Monday. We start classes, and then I have, like I said, registration.
And what time is your classes again?
They all 6. They start at 6. They start at.
And what time are they open?
Oh, about 7:30, about 7:30, about 8, something like that. Yeah, they got about an hour and 50, an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, see, that's our prime time. It's the evening time because a lot of people work during the day, regular jobs, and they're still radio personalities.
Right, and you're right. And see what I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do, but it's just coming through the walls, and we just can't hear anything.
Oh, I never even knew nothing about that. And they knew that I set up a radio station and everything.
Well, I'm calling him. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we also do talk shows and stuff like that. So it's gonna be that we're doing a lot of different things in here. The last person didn't move because the last person moved because they moved to Colorado. I know the person that used to be here, so.
But see, there wasn't doing stuff when we had classes. There wasn't doing classes, so it was nice and quiet, and that was able to teach the students.
And I respect all of that, but at the same time, I'm running a business here too. And I've been here now since October, and I've never heard of this before.
Well, because I'm just hearing the loud noise now. Like I said, we was having classes, but it wasn't loud while we was having classes. So,
yeah, we had to basically get everything up and running before we could even have our radio shows and all of that kind of stuff because there was stuff that had to be done in here.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And like I said, the reason why we didn't have classes on the other days right now because, like I said, the holidays, and we always around the holidays we restart all over in December, end of December, registration and everything for the year. We do that every time.
And so you have classes on Monday through Thursday?
No, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
And see, Tuesday and Thursday is when my radio show. So what time did you say?
We start classes at 6.
Well, see, Monday, we got a show from 6 to 8 on Monday. So I know for sure. And it's a pastor and his wife that actually does the show. And then on Tuesday, because I could move my show. My show is from 5 to 7, but that's gonna be inconvenient to me. But I'm willing to, but I'm not willing to change our schedule when there's so many people.
I understand. It's just that they should have known, and I'll just get with Tom and them on that because I don't know whether he's gonna have to do something because I got people coming in for classes and we have to continue on, with the school and everything. And I understand you have a business. And I don't know why they did that, even though they said that I don't be here that much, but that's because we was regrouping and getting new students.
No, he didn't tell me that. I asked him because I was wondering if he wanted to rent out that place right there. And he was like, no, they come in like once a week, and she's not there all the time. And I understand, like I said, I understand, but I can't. Mondays, definitely, that's somebody just took on a show from 6 to 8 on Mondays. And their first show was yesterday. And then, and they don't play a lot of music. And a lot, sometimes I don't play a lot of music. Today was the day that I played a lot of music on my show because, I was talking about the unity of our people and family values and relationships. So I played songs to match that. So my song, there's not always songs. It's not always a lot of loud music, but you're going to hear our microphones and everything. I'm sure you heard me talking.
I heard the talk about not too much that the bass was really doing it because around the wall, the frames on the wall and everything, the bass is pretty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was knocking at the front door. I was here last week.
Well, see, the thing is if I'm in the back, this is closed off. There's an actual door right there. And so I can't even hear nothing out there. That's why when people come, they're texting me, let me know that they're out front and stuff like that.
I understand.
Yeah, but I'll see what I can do.
I was trying to get to you, but like I said, I kept knocking. So I said, let me knock at the back and see.
Yeah, because I was in here, just got finished doing my show. Yeah, so, I'll see, what I can do to try to, tone it down some, during my show. But, when people are paying you to do their radio shows, you can't tell them, oh, you need to turn down or change down. No, because this is a business just like your business.
I understand.
Yeah, but, I hate that this is an issue because I never knew that it would be. Or else I wouldn't have took the space because I know how it is. I turned down another space right now.
I don't know why they didn't tell you that if you told them that you have a radio, show and everything, and you play the music and talk, on the mic.
Well, see, the thing is when you rent the business, you're paying for what you want to do in your own business. So, like I said, I would definitely, try to be considerate in regards to that, because most of the time, the people that come on Monday, like I said, it's a pastor and his wife, and they don't play too much music, but they do play a theme song and stuff like that. I usually don't play a lot of music either, and then my other shows are from 8 to 10, so that shouldn't bother you.
No.
It's just basically my show.
Well,
I got a 5 to 7 too. A 5 to 7 on Wednesday. Oh, but you don't have on Wednesday.
No, just Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we are working with the people.
What time on you said at 6?
6 o'clock.
So I might be able to see, but see, then if somebody else want to take a spot, I can't turn down money because what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I have to run this business. But for right now, I can see what I can do to, move my show up an hour, what I'm saying, from 4 to 6 or something like that on Tuesday. Because my show is the show that probably, except for on Monday. Now, like I said, the pastor and them on Monday, they really don't have a lot of music. They do a lot of talking and stuff. So. And even with that, I can see about turning down the bass. Maybe that'll help with some too. Because, I want you to, especially what you're doing, to be successful in what you're doing. But I also have to be successful in what I'm doing too, And so I would definitely, consider making my show from 4 to 6 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That way, when you come in, and until I fill up the rest of all of them, which it might be down the line somewhere, you know what I'm saying? 4 to 6. So that's only on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Monday. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll change my show from 4 to 6 because I don't have people. And then, and I'll try to schedule around all of those times until I fill up. But it's starting to fill up fast. I got 2 people coming up here right now that's coming up here to do radio shows. But that's on Friday and I think Saturday. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll try to keep it clear. But on Mondays, I know that the pastor and them is definitely going to be here. But like I said, they don't really play a lot of music on Mondays.
Yeah, as long as it's not real loud, because that's when it'll interfere with the teacher.
Okay. Yeah, I can be respectful in that manner. Yeah. Yeah, and I can turn it down because see, the thing is that we stream live on all the social medias, on our on our website, but all the it's connected in to the board, so it don't have to be real loud for them to hear on the other end. But during the day. You're not here during the day anyway, right?
The only time I'm gonna be here on the day is gonna be on Monday, from 1 o'clock to about 3, 1 to 3. I have a class, they're doing a master class on Monday.
Okay.
And that's about it. But right now, that's about it.
Okay. Girl, I was not going to open this door. I didn't know who you was.
Yeah, I tried.
This is nervous over here. So we set our whatchamacallits out here, and see, they did that. The air conditioning people, when they came and replaced it, they just left that there. But girl, I had brought my deep fryers out here because we had an event, and we like sometimes I have meetings and stuff, so I might fry. Girl, somebody stole my deep fryer.
Yeah, you gotta be people. You gotta be careful.
Girl, it's crazy. I was like, deep fryers, like for real. They didn't even take the plugs on because the plugs are still in here. But I will definitely keep that in mind and let them know. Because actually, I'll be engineering all 3 of the shows that you're talking about, so I'll definitely be mindful. Okay, no problem, sweetie pie.
You have a blessing.
You too.